Hey guys, good evening everyone. Okay, this is my first video, face-to-face video. Okay, I'm using Zoom here. Hello everyone, welcome back again. My name is Akshay Archak. I've started Let's Crack Chemist YouTube channel. Okay, so जो भी लोग नए हैं यहाँ पर, okay, welcome once again. Okay, I'm here to clear all your doubts, myths in chemistry. Okay, I have made several videos, 7 to 8 videos I've covered regarding class 12 haloalkanes haloarenes chapter. Okay, I've made videos on best books for JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, best books for class 10 board exams. Okay, since many of you asked me to continue with this chapter, I'm continuing. Okay, the next topic we're going to discuss is optical activity, okay, of organic compounds. Okay, this is one of the most tested and most important. It is optical activity for organic compounds as per your NCRT. And please make sure, guys, you like this video. Come on here, let's target 1,000 likes at least for this video. And whatever doubt you have, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Okay, let's begin. So today our topic will be optical activity of organic compounds. Okay, organic compounds have a special property which is called as optical activity. Let's see what do we mean by this. Okay, and before going further, if anyone of you don't believe me ki, from where am I teaching, okay, as you can see on the screen that 100% assurance and trust as I only follow, okay, your class 12 organic chemistry part 1 textbook and organic chemistry part 2 textbook. Okay, I'm मैं खुद एक class 12 student हूँ who has cleared board exams, so I know how crucial your NCRT is. Okay, so we are doing part 2 textbook right now. Okay, we'll soon begin with part 1 once we finish the organic part. Okay, so once again I'm telling you, please like this video if you uh, like the content I'm teaching. Okay, and please do hit the bell icon, okay, to get all the notifications and subscribe to the channel. Next, what compounds possess optical activity? Okay, or what is optical activity? Okay, optical activity is one property that most of your chemical compounds show. Okay, so you can see the definition. The second point you can see it first. Certain compounds rotate. Okay, this is very important. They rotate or they change. They rotate or they change the direction of plane polarized light. मतलब जो भी तुम्हारी हम लोग आगे बात करेंगे what is plane polarized light. Okay, तो जो भी compounds तुम्हारे प्लेन पोलराइज लाइट को चेंज करते हैं उन्हें हम कहते हैं ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव कंपाउंड्स. Okay, so if they ask you on exam define optically active compound, so the compounds which rotate or they change the direction of the plane polarized light, they are called as optically active compounds. Okay, और सेकेंड वे हम क्या बोल सकते हैं कि जिन भी कंपाउंड में वी आर हैविंग अ chiral carbon present. Okay, chiral carbon is present. Okay, it is called as optically active compound. Okay, so next question might come is what is a chiral carbon? Okay, so uh, first let's see the definition. A carbon atom, okay, a carbon atom to which all four different groups are attached. Okay, all four different groups are attached, it is called as a chiral carbon. Okay, you can see in this example what I've drawn. Okay, this example you can see this is a carbon. Okay, this is an alkyl group hai. Okay, this is one carboxylic acid group, this is one amino group, your amine NH2, and this is a hydrogen. So एक ही कार्बन की अपन okay, there is one carbon at the center and there is one group here, one group here, one group here, and one group here. So four different groups are attached to the carbon. So on whichever carbon atom चार different group होते हैं, okay, that we say it is a carbon, chiral carbon. Okay, and all those, okay, all those compounds which have chiral carbon are optically active. Yes, there are some exceptions that we can see later, but for CBS we should know till here. Okay, next, I said about compounds which rotate the plane polarized light. Okay, they are called as optically active compound. So what is a plane polarized light? Okay, so you can see the light rays vibrating, okay, or oscillating. Light rays vibrating or oscillating in one particular direction. मतलब एक ही direction में, या तो वो ऐसे हो सकते हैं, या they can be like this or some other direction, but there should be only uniform direction should be there. Okay, they are called as plane polarized light. Okay, for example, you can see this is optically active compound. Okay, think it is as a box, there's some solution, कुछ liquid कुछ present है उसमें. Okay, there is a optically active compound in this. Okay, and this is a polarizing filter. Okay, you can use a Nicol prism also to convert an unpolarized light into a polarized light. Okay, you can use sunglasses, your goggles which you wear, they also act as polarizers. Okay, you can use tourmaline crystals, you can use a polarizer, a polaroid, etc. So this is a unpolarized light, okay, which is vibrating in this every direction it is vibrating, and this is a polarizing filter. This is a polarizing filter. So once the uh, the unpolarized light passes through the polarizing filter, the light gets polarized. Okay, and the moment this polarized light passes through this optical activity, its rotation, okay, it was like this, तो ऐसे था, तो टेढ़ा हो गया. Okay, it became, the direction changed. So not all compounds can do that. Whichever compounds change the direction or the rotation of the plane polarized light, they are called as optically active compounds. That's what I wrote here. Certain compounds which rotate or change the direction of plane polarized light, such compounds are called as optically active compounds. Okay. Next, types of optically active compounds. Okay, in chemistry, types are very important. This is a very deep concept. Okay, for JEE mains in advance, but for CBSE boards, a very short and crisp we need to know. Okay, not that much deep is required for CBSE board exams. There are two types of compounds. One we have is your levorotatory. Another one we have is your dextrorotatory. Okay, there is levorotatory and there is dextrorotatory compounds. What are levorotatory compounds? They rotate the light in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, you all have a clock at your house. So anti-clockwise means you start from 12 से 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, you go in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, they are called as levorotatory compounds minus L. Okay, minus L. Okay, so these are the levorotatory compounds. Next, dextrorotatory means what? They rotate light in the clockwise direction. Matlab you're starting from 12 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that you go. Okay, in a clockwise direction you go. They are called as dextro compounds and they are represented by plus D. Okay, D with the bracket plus for dextro, levo, L, L with minus form. Okay, so levo and dextro. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Please make sure guys hit the like button. Please support me. Okay, this is my new YouTube channel. Okay, I'm trying to give my best. Okay, so come on guys, let's target 1,000 likes on this video. Okay, so please help and support. Okay, your friend, your buddy to go this channel. Next, these two compounds, okay, these two compounds, they always exist in pairs. ऐसा नहीं होता कि बस एक ही है दूसरा नहीं है, या only LIGO है, dextro is not there. They always exist in pairs. Okay, they're very close to each other. So whenever they exist in pairs, we have to give them a common name. They are called as enantiomers. What are they called? They are called as enantiomers. And these compounds, okay, these dextro and these LIGO compounds, they have a specific property. They always form non-superimposable images. You can see. Okay, you can see if you go by the textbook method, a similar thing is given in your NCERT chemistry textbook. Okay, this you can see. Now, if you try to superimpose, okay, suppose for example, this is my right hand, okay, and this is my right hand, and this is my left hand. Okay, so if this is superimposable. So the moment I go like this, okay, this that is non-superimposable. Okay, when I do it like this, okay, when I do it like this, you can see my fingers are not superimposing, so they are called as non-superimposable images. Okay, so here also you can see, okay, when you try to superimpose, okay, this carboxylic group will not superimpose, this hydrogen again will not superimpose. So all the four groups should not be superimposing, they should form non-superimposable images, then only they will be optically active. Second example, the same image I've taken, see this. Try superimposing, they will not superimpose. Okay, they will not superimpose. If you try superimposing, this R will go and meet with this H. Okay, and this R, okay, will go and it will meet with this H. So they are not superimposing. So what are enantiomers? They are those stereoisomers which form non-superimposable images. Okay, so we have discussed about dextro, levo, enantiomers, optically active compounds, and chiral carbon. Okay, chiral carbon is also called as asymmetric carbon. Why asymmetric? Asymmetric means no symmetry. Yeah, there is no symmetry, right? See, all the four groups are different. Is there any symmetry over there? So it is called as asymmetric carbon. Next important point, enantiomers possess identical physical properties like refractive index same होता है, melting point same होता है, boiling point same होता है. Okay, people normally confuse ki enantiomers, they are two different things. They are two different things, but within the same category, within the same mixture. So their physical property, like boiling point, refractive index, that all remains same. Chemically they will change. Okay, chemical properties are different because they are two different images. Like a left, one is a left hand, other is a right hand. Okay, so you know how your left hand looks and how your right hand looks. You can take it that way. Okay, so the physical properties remain same, but chemical properties change. Next, what is a racemic mixture? Okay, it is a mixture containing two enantiomers in equal amounts, resulting in net optical rotation is equal to 0 degrees. Okay, 0 degrees. So, for example, let's say the dextro is always plus. I told you, right? The dextro is always plus, the levo is always minus. So let's say, for example, the angle with which the dextro rotated was, let's say, plus 10 degrees, and the angle with which the levo rotated, the plane polarized light, was minus 10. So total क्या होगा? Plus 10 minus 10 cancel, giving you 0 as the answer. Okay, so any mixture, okay, which contains two equal amounts of the enantiomers resulting in net optical rotation is equal to 0 is called as a racemic mixture. You can see the reason here. It is 0 because the rotation of one isomer will be completely cancelled by the rotation of the other isomer. Okay, and the next, this is not so important, but you can note it if you want. The process of conversion of enantiomer into a racemic mixture is called as racemization. Okay, it is called as racemization. So this was the short of optical isomerism, as I told you. Okay, it is not so deep in CBSE, but for JEE Mains Advanced, it goes very deep. So we're not dealing with it right now. We're only focusing on our CBSE class 12. Okay, next we have elimination reactions. And by the way, I've already discussed SN1, SN2 in a previous video. If you want, make sure you go and watch it. Okay, I'll give you the link in the description box below. And please hit the like button, guys. Okay, come on, let's target at least 500 to 1000 likes for this video. Okay, because your one like and your one subscribe, okay, really motivates me from this level to this level. Okay, it's very interesting, to spend time on YouTube. Okay, this is my passion. Okay, I've been, someone asked me the other day, who are you, like, why you came to YouTube, suddenly ऐसे कैसे आ गए? I told him it is my passion. Okay, it's not like I came simply. It was in my mind for a very long amount of time. Okay, I've been seeing big YouTubers like Aman Dhattarwal. I've been seeing Kalpit Bhaiya on YouTube. I've been seeing Adarsh Bhaiya on YouTube. Just they're doing it so selflessly. Okay, it's so sweet of them. They're teaching lakhs of students. So I thought, okay, why cannot I start? Of course, I'm not as big or as expert as them, but step by step we can take it, right? Okay, I still follow their channel. I still watch their videos. They're so nice. Okay, they're teaching so much of so many of students. So that really motivates me. That's why I've started this YouTube channel. Okay, this is first time I'm doing something extra in my life. Here, let's not waste time. Let's come into elimination reactions. Elimination means what? Elimination. You're removing something. Okay, that is called as elimination. So when a haloalkane with beta hydrogen, first of all, what is this beta hydrogen? बच्चों को ये समझ में नहीं आता. Beta hydrogen means what? This is the alpha carbon. Okay, any carbon, but this is my functional group. So any carbon which directly connects to the functional group is called as the alpha carbon. Okay, the carbon attached to the alpha carbon is called as the beta carbon, and the hydrogen attached to the beta carbon is called as the beta hydrogen. Okay, so whenever a haloalkane with beta hydrogen is heated with alcoholic sodium or potassium, yes, whenever you're doing elimination reaction, you need to use either alcoholic KOH or alcoholic NaOH. There is elimination of hydrogen, okay, atom from the beta carbon and the halogen atom from the अल्फा कार्बन. We need to know कि हाइड्रोजन कहाँ से निकल रहा है और हाइड्रोजन कहाँ से निकल रहा है. Hydrogen goes out from the beta carbon and your halogen goes out from the alpha carbon. As a result, what you get, two bonds are broken, right? तो यहाँ एक double bond आ जाएगा and you get the alkene. Okay, and this is called as beta elimination. Why? Because the hydrogen is going from the beta position. So this haloalkane will turn out giving you an alkene. X is a leaving group. Okay, X you can use chlorine or iodine. Okay, I've told you in my previous video why can't you use fluorine or uh, why can't you use chlorine or iodine? You can use bromine or chlorine here. Okay, so this is, so whenever your hydrogen atom leaves from the beta position along with the halogen atom, you're going to get a alkene. Now we need to know which alkene this is. Okay, let's move forward. Elimination leads to form a higher substituted alkene and a lower substituted alkene. Okay, in your NCRT we only deal with higher, we don't go to the lower. Okay, your higher substituted one is called as your Seitzef alkene and your lower substituted one is called as your Hofmann's alkene. So what is Seitzef alkene? To know Seitzef alkene, we need to know the Seitzef rule. What is Seitzef rule? Very, very important. Okay, your pattern is changed. Okay, you're going to have your 20 marks objective. So 1 mark question can come ki bhaiya state Seitzef rule. So I've taken this from the NCRT picture itself because this is very important. In dehydrohalogenation reactions, the preferred alkene is that alkene which has the greater number of alkyl groups attached to the doubly bonded carbon atom. Okay, so whichever alkene is having more number of alkyl groups attached to the doubly bonded carbon atom, okay, that is a major alkene or the major product. Okay, so you can see we are having 2 bromopentane. Okay, we are going to add KOH, so I'm going to get pentuvene, one alkene here. Okay, and I'm going to get pent 1 now. If we need to decide which one is a major product, here you can see there are more number of alkyl groups. Okay, here okay, here you're having, if you see here, there are more number of alkyl groups, 81%. See, 81% is the alkyl substituted. But here if you see, only CH2 is present. Here CH2 is also there, plus CH is also there. But here only CH2 is there. So which wins? This wins. Thus, this is the major product. Okay, this one is one example given in your NCRT, but in your when we do interest examples also we'll see many examples are there. So basically in elimination you should need to remember ki what is Seitzef rule, ki whenever you're going to add alcoholic KOH, the beta hydrogen atom comes out and the halogen atom comes out, and that alkene which has more number of alkyl groups attached. Okay, in other words, we can say in a fancy way, higher alkylated alkene will be your major product always. Who says this? Not me. This is said by Seitzef rule. Okay, so today we have discussed optical isomerism, we have discussed elimination reaction, and Seitzef rule, the most important. Okay, so that's it for today's session, guys. I hope you like the video. Okay, I'm again telling you, you can completely believe me on this channel because I'm only using your NCRT part 1 and part 2 textbook, because I know what is the value or what is the importance of NCRT for any student who is in class 11 or class 12 and preparing for boards and other competitive exams. Okay, so this is it for today. And many people think why should we study chemistry? Because chemistry is the study of transformation. Okay, I've taken it from this periodic table itself. Chemistry is the study of transformation. Okay, and to motivate you people, of course, you know this famous quote, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Many people think कि मुझे 12th तो हो ही नहीं पाएगा because I wasted my 11th. It is not like that. Start right now. Okay, if you don't do, who will do? Okay, if you don't do, if we don't do, then who will do? Okay, so even if you have not studied in class 11 properly, okay, class 12 you can rock. Okay, and believe me, follow my tips and tricks word to word for chemistry. Okay, you will score 98. Okay, you will score 90. This is my personal experience. Okay, so get motivated. Okay, and study regularly chemistry. And if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Come on, guys, let's target at least 1,000 likes in this video. Okay, you can help me. Okay, to grow my YouTube channel a bit. Okay, which is beneficial for you also and beneficial for me also. Okay, this is my passion. That's why I've come to YouTube. I wanted a perfect timing to start, and I think this lockdown is a proper time. Okay, that's it for today. See you on Wednesday. Okay, chalo guys. Bye bye. Bye everyone.